Struggling, just kind of your reflection on this one.
I have to say that next to Clemson, this is probably my worst game. Didn't throw the ball well, didn't make good reads, had a lot of mental errors. So this one, if I had to grade it, this would be my worst game next to Clemson.
You guys ran the ball a lot in the first half. Was that the game plan? Not a lot of throwing until you guys got late into the third.
I mean, we wanted to establish a running game. That's one thing that we preached all week, is that we were going to establish the run, something that we failed to do in last week's. And we tried to do it early, and we were pretty successful with it. And coming out in the second half, they did a good job of their checks and doing the things that they did to stop it. We needed to find a play, and we couldn't do that.
Tim Lester was on the sidelines today. Did that help? Did you like him being back down there again?
I mean, it's great to have him down there. He's a body. He has a lot of juice. He's always up and ready to go. I mean, down 14 with 11 minutes left, how we got the ball back. I mean, we were ready to go then to go win that game like last year. So having him down there, it was good. I mean, wherever he wants to be, it's great, because either way, he's going to see the things that he needs to see and let us know what we need to do.
AJ, what do you take going into the offseason with this stretch of time you've had? Obviously, you mentioned Terrell will be the starter next year, but what do you take from this stretch of time that you played? What's the big takeaway?
Time to go to work and get bigger. I mean, that's the key thing. I mean, I got to put on 20 pounds. I mean, I got hit today in the one in the middle, and I thought my life was flashing before my eyes. He got me. So that's one thing I don't want to feel next year. I don't want to feel like, oh crap, like this could be the end of it. So it's basically it's getting that way, and then learning the system we're going to put in, so that way next year it can come out and be successful and win games.
Anything else for AJ today?
What have you been told about that system?
Nothing really. Everybody's in the dark, because we've all been focused on this game and ending this season the right way. I mean, even though looking from the outside in, everybody would see as this was a poor season. I mean, it was a poor season football-wise, but by far, with the people that I was around and the relationships that I built, this is probably my favorite year of football I've ever played. I mean, going from winning state championships to playoff games, and I mean, I can walk away from this saying that I have 120 other brothers that at any time I can call them, and I mean, so this is great.
Thanks, AJ.
Sean, did you leave it all out there?
Yeah, it's just you just fight, just give it everything you have for 5 years, and it's just not the way you want to go out your senior year. But at the same time, I just love just being out there with my brothers and teammates. Is just, and like, it is what it is, but at least I got one more with them.
How do you describe the disappointment that comes with winning 3 games after having so much success in the past few years?
It's tough, because you have to think and understand why, and at the same time, like, you have to understand why and what we didn't do wrong. You control the controllables. What did we do wrong? At the same time, we were given some things that we couldn't control, but there was a lot that we could have, and just figuring out like what went wrong, at what point, for what reasons, and just sometimes it's just tough, especially for your senior year.
What do you think you've left for this program and the younger guys? What's the thing you think you've left with them going forward?
Just how to work. I was a 2-star recruit. I think Scout had me the 104th best high school tackle in the nation or something like that. And I had some adversity in my career, and just that hard work and just knowing that you have the ability to do it, but just applying the work to make you better. That you can climb like pretty high, and also in the offensive line room, Justin Pugh set a pretty high example for O-line play, especially for the tackles, and I felt I carried that on, and hopefully that can keep going.
What's next for you, Sean? I mean, do you begin a workout plan to get ready for the combine? What's the next step for you?
I'm sure within sometime soon. Starting on Monday, I'm just going to start working out for nutrition and working out for just getting my body right for an all-star game and eventually the combine, and then just I'll be playing in an all-star game. Got a couple invites, still waiting on a few others, and just sign with an agent eventually within the next week or so, and just trying to continue my career as best I can.
Anything else for Sean today?
Do you think you'll turn the page mentally, for the NFL draft a little bit quicker than you maybe would, just to maybe kind of get your mind off what the season was like?
It's gonna sting just because like this has been my life for this has been my life for 5 years. Like I can't even remember. Like it's hard to even remember a life not being a Syracuse football player. So that's gonna take a little bit of time. But once I get in it's always gonna sting. You're never gonna get rid of it. And it's always gonna be sad that this part of my life is over. And I just all the players and I've played when I was a freshman coming in, all their fifth-year seniors, all those guys, to the guys I'm a senior now, to all these freshmen. I've seen so many different faces come through this program that have impacted me in a positive way. Met so many great fans that really love and die with the program. I just want to thank them. They've been great. I'm sorry to the Syracuse fans that we weren't able to give them a year that they obviously wanted, but I really do appreciate them. I really do. They're great fans. So they might not be the biggest fan base in the world, but they're one of the most loyal.
Thanks.
Well, Sax, what was working for you this afternoon?
Like I told our D-line, I told the defense, we don't have it tomorrow. We weren't going to a bowl game. This was our last one. For some of these seniors, this might be the last game that we ever play. So you really just have to put everything you have into it. And that's what I tried to do, and it wound up being a good game for me. But when you don't get the win, it's kind of bittersweet.
How valuable do you think the experience was for the younger guys on defense like Zaire and Antoine, getting this kind of experience with all the injuries?
I think it's a great learning experience for them. This is their team now. They're the future, so whenever you can get young guys a chance, throw them in the fire, get them a chance to get some playing time, that just helps you in the future.
I asked Sean the same question. What do you think you've left here at Syracuse?
I just try to leave a great legacy. I appreciate all the fans that came out to every home game for these last 5 years, the ones that traveled down to, Texas to New York for the Pinstripe Bowls and the Texas Bowl. And, it really just means the world to us that they come out and support us. No matter if we were 7-5 or like this year 3-8, they were 3-9, they were still coming to the games, cheering, and we really appreciate that. And I just like to thank them from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it.
Last question for Rob. Anything else today? Okay, Rob, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll bring in Cameron Lynch.